Hello yogis, welcome to this class, 60 minutes of Hatha Yoga and mindful meditations. We continue our theme class series of loss and grieving. So I welcome you for being here. I know it's not easy to come into your yoga practice when you just feel like probably doing something else, less energetic, less active. You just want to perhaps just stay in bed and just kind of be with your pain. So I honor that you are here and thank you for taking care of yourself. It's so important to maintain that relationship of nourishing yourself. Let's go ahead and start in child's pose and let's just learn how to sit with our grief. Embracing our emotions is a good way for us to learn to navigate and learn how we can continue breathing, accepting that pain with us without letting that affect our ability to find peace or stillness. So come to the back of your mat, open your knees as well as your mat, touch your big toes and sit on your heels and walk the hands forward and let your chest drop down to the mat. Rest the forehead on the floor and let's just stay here for 5 full breaths, just enough time for you to arrive to your practice, to feel your body and reconnect to your breath. Just notice if there is anything in the body that you need to adjust. If you want to gently move the hips side to side to stretch your inner thigh. You have the option to rest the elbows on the floor or lift them up. I want you to take this opportunity to notice how you're feeling. Whatever it is, embrace it. If you need to cry on your mat, by all means, you're welcome to do that. Coming back to your body, coming back to your practice, sometimes might feel that you're moving on, but you're not. You're just taking care of yourself. You are just learning how to continue with that pain. Just a couple more breaths in here. Deep inhale through the nose. Long deep exhale. Gently lift the head off the floor and then walk both hands to the right. And rest your left hand on top of your right and just sink into the left side of your body as you drop the chest down. Notice your breath. Breathing deeply through the nose. And gently lift the head, lift the chest, walk the hands to center, and then go straight into the other side. Right hand on top of the left, lean into the right side as you walk your hands to the left. Chest drops down and forward. And then slowly lift the head up, walk the hands once again into your child's pose and see if you can reach the hands a little even further towards the front of your mat as you press the hips back, stretching the lower back, engaging more the stretch in the hips. And gently lift the head, drag the hands back, lift the hips, come into your tabletop, hands and knees, tucking the toes under. Rounds of cat-cow to move that energy from the heart center, right? So we're gonna start with cat, we're gonna push the foot away, round the upper back, squeeze your belly in. And just be mindful of your toes, your knees, your hands, equally pressing down into the floor. Allow the head to feel heavy, stretch in the back of the neck. Then gently lifting the tailbone As you arch the lower back, continue drawing your belly in, open your heart, shoulders back, gaze forward. If opening your heart is very difficult at this point, just acknowledge that and continue breathing. As you exhale, round and push. As you inhale, open your heart. Good. Take an inhale, come back into a neutral spine. Open your right arm out to the side. Open in the chest all the way to the right. Look up. Feel that twist from the ribs up. As you exhale, close that right hand, close the chest, bring it under your left hand and drop the right shoulder on the mat. As you bring your gaze to the left, walk your right hand out to the left and lean into the right shoulder. Left hand can reach forward and just stay here for a few breaths. Feeling that twist, middle back, upper back, and even the neck. Maintain your pelvis center, anchor your feet down. And then slowly walk that left hand next to you to press to come all the way up into your tabletop. 2 more rounds of cat-cow. Push and squeeze the belly in. Chin into the chest. Inhaling, lengthening through the crown of the head as you lift the gaze up. Exhale, round and push. Inhale, arching the lower back and feel the strength on the upper back. Come back into neutral spine, lengthening through the crown of the head. As you exhale, left hand opens out. Rotate the chest to the left, as far open to the left as you can. Relax in your right shoulder. As you exhale, close and bring that left hand under the right. Walk it all the way to the right. As you drop your left shoulder, bringing the gaze to the right. Walk your right hand forward and just give yourself here an opportunity to feel that stretch of the upper back as you twist from the mid back. Once again, engage your feet, keep the breath, belly in. Use your hands to ground yourself, to push and drag more weight into the left. One more breath. And then slowly walk your right hand next to you to press and come all the way up once again into that tabletop. 2 more rounds of cat-cow. We continue bringing some movement energetically in your chakras, in your entire spine. Breathing in. There is a meditation to balance your whole chakras while breathing. I will make sure to leave the link in the description of this class, so maybe you can practice that meditation. And one more inhale, open your heart. And then as you exhale, neutral spine, walk the hands in front of you. We're stretching the shoulders as we continue doing our best of what ability to open the heart, so chest or forehead into the floor. As you keep the hips right on top of your knees, pressing your feet on the ground. As you press the forehead into the floor, you're tapping into your third eye chakra, your intuition. So I know right now you might feel confused and lost and a little bit of lack of clarity. So just tap into that prayer to allow yourself to be guided as you navigate this pain, as you navigate this loss. Ask for guidance. And if you believe maybe your loved one, it becomes one of your angels, one of your guidance, spiritual guidance, just ask and be open to whatever answer it might come throughout the practice or the day. Good. Lift the head, press your palms, and then walk them slightly back, tuck the toes. First downward facing dog. We're gonna hover the hips up and back, neutralize your pelvis. Sorry, I meant to say neutralize your ribs. The hips are reaching high up as you press the inner thighs higher up. There's a deep stretch for the hamstrings, so if you need to hover your heels above the ground or bend the knees, by all means, please make sure you are nourishing your body needs, especially in these times where you might not feel so energized. Just give yourself a moment here in your first inversion to just kind of maybe bring a new perspective of things and how life is going to be now. And you don't need to figure everything out, but just kind of just broaden, zoom out a little bit and just kind of see yourself from above. How can you offer yourself comfort as you sit with your grief? Notice the upper back strength. Continue pushing through your hands. Try to continue press the hips high up to transfer some of that weight of the shoulder up to the hips and then down through the back of the heels. Couple more breath in here. Beautiful. As you exhale, nice and slow, rise the heels, bend the knees, look forward and walk the feet to the top of your mat and find your first forward fold. Feet can be as wide as the hips. Give yourself a moment here to kind of gently bend one knee at a time. Press your hips side to side, stretching the outside of your hips, right? If you have blocks, you can place your hands on top of blocks. Bring your left hand right in the center in between the feet forward, right under your face. And gently open the chest to the right as you bend the left knee and lean into the right side. So now we're stretching and open the chest, look up, maybe your hands, or you can keep the gaze down. Just notice what feels right for your neck. As you keep bending that left knee, leaning into the right hip with your right leg straight. And just another twist, similar to that thread the needle, open in the chest. If you want to keep your eyes open or closed, it's up to you what feels right. I want you to allow yourself to adjust. I want you to find any variation that helps you to find inner peace. Stay here for one more breath. It's a gentle practice today, acknowledging where you are instead of pushing and trying. And I want you to really sit with what you feel and be okay with it, embrace it. As we know, emotions are energy in motion. One more breath in. As you exhale, gently close that twist, extend both legs, full Uttanasana, right? So crown of the head towards the floor, shifting some weight into the entire feet. And just feel how the spine, how the head is hanging in here. Divine gravity. You can rest the hand in any position that feels comfortable. Shake the head, yes and no. Continue stretching the lower back, continue stretching the upper hamstrings. If you want to open your mouth as you exhale for a big sigh and let it go, minimize some of that pain, or let it feel heavy, whatever feels right. Just one more breath in here. As you exhale, lengthen your spine halfway up, right hand right under your face, bending your right knee, leaning into that left thigh, left outer hip, I meant. Twist the chest to the left and open the left arm up towards the ceiling. I want you to keep the shoulders relaxed. Bring your gaze to any place that feels the best choice for your neck. And remember, we're going to stay here for a while, so just let the pose slowly adapt, find your stillness. Notice the sensations of the pose in the body and stay with your breath. Let the pose feel therapeutic. Let the twist help you release whatever you might feel that you no longer can hold anymore. Continue breathing, one more breath in. And then as you exhale, close that twist once again. Now come halfway up, lifting your chest halfway up. Bring your hands back and behind you and interlace your fingers or grab opposite elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades in. We're gonna stretch the chest and the shoulders as we go back into Uttanasana, pressing the knuckles up away from the body. Feel free to keep the knees slightly bent or keep the legs straight. It's whatever feels the right choice for you right now. Shake the head gently side to side. Yes and no. Stay with your breath. Notice your body weight on your feet. Make sure you're not leaning all the way into the heels. Put some weight into your toes. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands, bend the knees. Press back one foot at a time into your downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath in here. If it feels better to go into child's pose, by all means, you're welcome to go into child's pose. Going back to your yoga practice after losing someone, it can be very challenging. So I want you to take it easy today. Just take it easy. We need to acknowledge. We can't ignore or push down feelings. It's not healthy. So allow yourself to actually sit with your grief here in your practice. Just let the practice feel just good enough to move that energy throughout the body, reconnected to your breath, and stay present. Let's come into our pigeon on the right side. When you feel ready, bring your right foot forward, open the right knee to the right foot to the left. And if you need padding on the back knee, place your blanket under, untuck the toes, stay high on your pigeon, and try to square the hips. So press your left hip forward, pressing through the back thigh, and try to leave that right hip. Now, if you need a blanket underneath or a block underneath, remember, just take it easy. Just take it easy. It's okay to take it easy. As much as you can, lengthen through the sacrum so you feel less compression on the lower back. Try to bring the ribs in and use the strength of the core to reach the crown of the head nice and tall. So you might feel some stretch on the left hip flexor and the right outer hip. Relax the shoulder, your gaze. If you want to close your eyes, just take a moment here. I think pigeon is a good example of how we can sit with discomfort, just like when we are grieving. We don't want to be grieving, but it is part of life. So we need to learn to sit with it with no judgment. And something I've been telling myself lately is, if I'm grieving, it's because I truly loved. I'm a loving person, and the person that you might have lost, you means that you love them a lot. So trust that love transcends this time and space reality, that you're still able to connect with them as you feel love through the good memories. And gently walk the hands, come all the way into your forearms. Maybe some of you want to place your forearms as a pillow for your head if you want to bring the chest a little lower. And once again, try not to sit on the right hip. Try to stay high on the right. Stay with your breath, one breath at a time. Softening any tension. Releasing anything that feels heavy, so you can feel a little lighter. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. And then gently, you're going to lift the chest, walk the hands up, and bring that back leg forward and around as we come into half of the Lord fish pose. So sit on the right hip and squeeze your left leg forward and rest your left foot outside your right knee. Sit into that left thigh and to that left hip, I meant to say. So that right heel is outside your left hip, and your right knee is pointing forward, and then your left leg is crossing on top of the right. You are welcome to place your left foot in front of your right knee if you feel like bringing that leg more into the outside of your right hip is too much. With your hands, you're going to lift that left knee up towards the ceiling. So we're going to now feel the stretch on the left side. And then hug that left knee with your right elbow. Hug it in, and twist your chest to the left. Left hand can be by your side or behind you. As we come into this deep stretch and twisting hips and spine. And make sure your left toes are all down into the floor. Crown of the head nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down. Bring your gaze back to finish the twist through the neck. Give yourself there an opportunity to grow nice and tall as you anchor yourself through your hips. Belly in, hugging that left knee in. One more breath in. And as you exhale, slightly undo that twist. We're gonna do pigeon on the other side. So keep your left leg forward. We're gonna kick our right leg back. And once again, if you need back padding on the knee, place it under. Kick your right leg back. And remember to square the hips. So we want to press your right hip forward, pressing through the right thigh, lifting that left hip, right? Or if you place a block or a blanket under. And you are welcome to control the intensity of your pigeon, of how far in or out is your heel. So stay high on your pigeon here, like we did on the right side. So ribs in, sacrum lengthen, crown of the head up, shoulders relax. I like to place my hand on the arch of my foot if you have it a little far away from the hips to kind of anchor myself there. Deep stretch of your right hip flexor, stretch of the left outer hip, belly drawing in, strong core here. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out. It's been said that we accumulate emotions on the hips. I do not know any scientific to that statement, a study, but I feel like the hips is the connection, is the bridge between the upper body and lower body. And we tend to create a lot of movement there, right? And so it's okay if they feel tight. If you want to go to that version of bringing your forearms on the ground or making a pillow with your forearms to rest the head, just find your way there down. Following the breath. Softening your hips and any resistance. Try to stay present. I know it's easy for the mind to get distracted. Just take this opportunity of this practice to help you stay balanced in the moment, right here, right now, as you breathe and feel your body. We're almost there. Continue softening. Just one more breath in. And then as you exhale, gently lift the chest, sit into that left hip, and we're gonna do that twist on the other side. So right leg comes forward and around that left knee. Left heel outside your right hip as you anchor through the right hip. Hug the right knee with your left arm and then lengthen, growing taller, right hand behind you for that Ardha Matsyendrasana, or half of the lower fish pose. So as we lengthen through the crown of the head, sit bones down. With the left elbow, we're hugging that right knee into the chest, planting your right toes completely on the ground and bringing the gaze back. With your eyes closed, feel the twist on your core, on the chest, on the neck. Notice where you're getting tense or tight. Follow the breath to help you relax. Just a couple more breaths. You're doing great. Just the fact that you're here on your mat says a lot. And I hope you find the peace and the tools to help you process your pain with kindness and compassion and patience. Good, and then slowly, nice and slow, come back up to center. Now we're just going to extend the legs in front of us, and we're going to come into Upavishta Konasana. So extend the legs on the wider side of your mat, kicking the heels out, toes up and knees up. Slightly rotate the inner thighs forward. So we're going to tilt the pelvis forward. Reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, right hand rests on your right leg and do a little side bend to the right as you open the chest towards the sky. Left hand above the head, reaching even more towards the right. Feel the stretch and breathe into the left ribs and relax the shoulders. And feel free to continue pressing your heels into the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bend that left elbow and place your left hand behind the head and press the head into the hand so the left elbow is completely up towards the ceiling. Now we're stretching a little bit more of the shoulders, the upper back. Continue drawing your belly in. Maybe let the chest and your torso drop a little bit more to the right. Open one more breath in. As you exhale, gently bring yourself back to center. Release that left hand down. And just notice your right versus left. Breathe in deeply. Long exhale. Split on the other side. Left hand on the left leg. Right hand reaches up. We're gonna let the body drop to the left, so a little side bending here. Try to not close the chest, open the chest towards the sky, and that top hand is above, reaching almost a little bit more to the left. You can rest the forearm on the leg, on the ground in front of you, behind the leg. Just explore what feels best. Some of you might be able to touch your toes, maybe not, don't worry about it. Then bend that elbow, press your right hand into the head and press your head into the right hand and open that right elbow up and rotate the chest, slightly open up the chest here, especially your right pec, squeezing your right shoulder blade in. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then slowly release that right hand and then press yourself nice and slow back to center. Bring the hands under your knees and bring the heels together for Baddha Konasana. So heels touching, toes touching. And we are going to allow the knees to gently open out to the side, just letting gravity do its thing. You can bring your hands by your side to kind of help you maintain the shoulders above the hips, crown of the head nice and tall. Continue pressing your feet into each other. You're going to feel some stretch on the inner thigh. And as the more you tilt the pelvis forward, perhaps the thighs are able to come a little bit closer down to the ground. It's not a requisite, but it's just something that some of you might be able to do. You're welcome to squeeze the shoulder blades, slightly opening the heart, releasing all that love back into your loved one. Remember them with lots of love. I think part of sitting with grieving is recognizing your own pain, but also learning how we can transform or live with the pain and think of them with love instead of pain. One more breath. Now, as you exhale, walk the hands forward. Now we're gonna lean the chest forward and drop the head all the way down, chin into the chest, stretching the entire spine. Just a couple more breaths here. And then press and slowly come all the way up. Close your knees in here and come back into your backs and hug the knees into your chest. Take a moment here to feel your body weight on your spine. Gently rock side to side. Come into your happy baby. So we're gonna open the legs or the knees wider than your chest. Bring the hands in between the thighs. Grab the ankles or the heels or the calf and kick the heels up towards the ceiling as you continue opening the knees out to the side and gently rock side to side. Put some weight into the lower back. And take a deep inhale through the nose, expanding your chest. And as you exhale, contracting your belly. One more inhale. One exhale. Okay, bring the knees back to center. Extend your left leg forward and down to the floor. Keep your right knee bent to the chest. Kick your right leg all the way up and interlace your finger behind the right thigh and kick that leg into your hand as you relax the shoulders. Spread your right toes, breathing in. Point and flex your right foot. Move that ankle in circles, different direction. And then bend that knee into the chest and cross it over to the left. You can rest your left toes on the floor. Your right toes on the floor or your right foot behind your left leg. Open your right arm out to the side, anchoring the right shoulder on the floor. Feel free to lift the chest to twist more from the upper back. Left hand can bring a little extra weight on that right leg if you feel you want to have a little bit more sensation, but make sure you're lengthening the sacrum towards that left heel. Take a couple breaths in here, breathing in and breathing out. We've done lots of twists in this practice to help you detox anything that feels like stayed, anything that just doesn't feel like it's flowing, anything that feels that it should be moving. Stale in there, good. And then come back to center. Extend your right leg for a moment and take a notice how it feels right versus left. Bend the left knee to the chest. Hug it tight. And then bring your left hands, interlacing the fingers behind your left upper thigh behind your leg, right? And then kick that leg into the hand, and then give yourself a moment there to point and flex your feet, move the foot in circles, and try to keep the knee above the hips. Relax the shoulders, the jaw, your gaze. Then bend that knee into the chest, cross it over to the right. Left toes on the floor, left foot behind the right leg, opening, rotate the chest, right? So you're rotating the chest. So your left arm and shoulder can rest on the floor. Right hand, maybe bringing some extra weight into that left foot, that left leg. My goodness. Today I'm just messing up my words. That happens. We're all humans. So once again, let the twist feel supported on the spine. Let your mind be settled. Let your breath be settled. Just a couple more breaths in here. And slowly as you release, go back straight into your Shavasana, extending the legs in front of you, feet out to the side, palms by your side, maybe facing up or down. If your palms are facing up, you're open to receive love, guidance, compassion. If you need to feel grounded, if you feel confused, overwhelmed, and you want to just feel rooted, just place your palms down. Just simply allow Mother Nature to support you and guide you through your process. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it feels in line with what you need. Just drop in any thoughts, drop in the need to control the breath, and drop in here into this moment. Feel your body with all the muscular emotions and thoughts. And detach your identity and you simply observe as you navigate this moment in your life, knowing that you will be okay. You will find a way to live with your pain in a peaceful way. Just a couple more breaths here before we transition into our meditation. Start deepening your breath, inhale and exhale. Move your fingers, your toes. Move your wrist in circle, your feet in circles. And your next breath in, reach the arms overhead, lunge, stretch, point to your toes. As you exhale, hug the knees to your chest, wrap your arms behind or around your legs. Gently rock side to side. Roll all the way to your right. Use your right arm as a pillow and give yourself a few breaths in here with your eyes closed. And notice that you are a living being. You're still alive. You're breathing. Your own existence is here. You have a purpose. You're not alone. You now have the guidance of your loved one beyond this world. Just talk to them. Press your left hand into the floor. Find yourself nice and slow all the way up and find your comfortable seated position. If you want to grab a blanket or a pillow or a block to sit a little taller, just give yourself a moment to do that. Press your hands somewhere on your legs that feels right, shoulders relaxed, crown of the head nice and tall. Let's just take a couple minutes here to just find our way to meditate. When we lose somebody, when we're grieving, the meditation practice can be even the most difficult thing to do. So I want you to just embrace this as a moment to zoom out and to give your mind a moment here to just calm down all the thoughts, all the memories that you probably are going through throughout the day as you go through your grieving. And focus now your attention on your breath. Feel the breath coming in and out of your nose. See if you can follow the beginning of your breath in, the middle, and the end, and how it transforms into the beginning of your exhale, the middle, and the end. And just following that cycle of the inhale transforming into exhale, the exhale transforming into inhale. And do the best you can to feel and notice the cycle of your breath. And whenever you get distracted, once again, feel the beginning of your inhale and how it transforms into the beginning of your exhale. Follow that exhale to the middle, all the way to the end, until it turns into the beginning of your breath in, the middle, the end, changing into the beginning of the exhale. Just continue following that cycle over and over and over. And slowly let go of the breath and just go back to that natural flow of the breath. Bring your right hand into your center. I want you to sit with your grief. I want you to feel the pain. I want you to not be ashamed of your pain. I want you to drop the judgment. I want you to drop any expectation on how you should grieve and when you should grieve and the timeline of your grieving. I want you to create a safe space right here, right now, to sit with your pain. To know that there is no wrong or right way to face this. And recognizing that you're going through a very tragic, difficult time. And now more than ever, you need your self-love and compassion, lots of kindness. Breathe in peace, exhale compassion. Breathe in peace, exhale compassion. Be there for yourself, take care of yourself. Breathe in peace, exhale compassion. Just silently repeat the same phrase. Breathe in peace, exhale compassion. Gently let go of your right hand, rest it on the floor or the legs. Take a moment there to notice your whole physical body and the space that it takes in this room. Notice the weight, notice your breath, notice your surroundings. Zooming out to look things more objectively. This experience is making you stronger, more humble, more compassionate, more kind, more in tune to your spirit, and perhaps shifting some perceptions on how you should live life, more into the present, more understanding and less judgment, more authentic, more honest, more loving, more accepting, more grateful. Nice and slow, take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel free to open your mouth as you exhale to let go and make any noise. Deep breath in through the nose. Long exhale. One more breath in. Again, feel free to open your mouth, make any noise as you exhale. Let your breath go back to normal. Bring your palms together in the center of your heart as you do a gentle reverence. In honor to your loved one, may they find peace and light in this transition. May you feel peaceful. May you be at peace. I thank you for meditating and practicing with me during this time. Infinite gratitude. When you feel ready, open your eyes. Please take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Do what feels right to you. Honor your pain. Stay hydrated with water. Make sure you eat. Once in a while, as much as you feel you can, find a time to go and walk with nature. See and observe nature. Walk barefoot in nature. I send you a virtual hug and I really hope you find your peace. Thank you again for being here and taking care of you in these difficult times. I'm with you. Thank you.